For 15 years, he was the familiar face knocking on doors, carrying hot pizza boxes. Thousands of customers saw him, but few ever knew his real name. Nobody imagined that this simple delivery worker would one day become the owner of the restaurant itself. At 19 years old, he started working as a pizza delivery driver at a small local restaurant, just to earn some money while studying. In the beginning, he worked with his old bicycle, delivering orders through the city's neighborhoods, sometimes in the rain, sometimes under the scorching sun. The pay was very modest, most of it coming from small tips left by customers. But he loved one thing about this job. Every day, he learned something new about how to run the restaurant from the inside, how to cook the dough perfectly, how the kitchen operated during rush hours, and how the owner dealt with difficult customers. As the years passed, he became an essential part of the team. He learned how to prepare the dough himself, how to balance the spices precisely, and even how to deal with suppliers. The original owner, an elderly man named Antonio, began trusting him more and more, assigning him bigger tasks than just delivery. In his free time, he would sit with Antonio, listening to his stories about how he built this restaurant from nothing decades ago. Those stories inspired him in a way he didn't fully understand back then. After years of work, he began to realize that this place had become part of his identity more than just being a job. He decided to start saving a small portion of every paycheck without telling anyone and without knowing exactly what the ultimate goal of this saving was. He lived a very simple life for many years. He didn't buy a new car, didn't travel much, and didn't spend on luxuries. He put every extra dollar into a savings account, sometimes wondering if this effort was even worth it. After 14 years of work, Antonio told him one day, with a tired and slightly sad voice, that he was seriously thinking about selling the restaurant and retiring. His health wasn't what it used to be, and his own children showed no interest in running the place. In that exact moment, he understood why he had been saving all these years without a clear reason. He asked Antonio directly, "Would you consider selling it to me?" Antonio was surprised by the question at first, but he smiled after a long moment of silence, as if he had been waiting for this question for a long time without realizing it. His savings weren't enough to buy the restaurant outright, but Antonio, who saw in him someone more deserving of the opportunity than any other buyer, agreed to arrange monthly payments spread over several years instead of one lump sum. After months of paperwork and legal meetings, he finally signed the purchase contract. His hands were shaking as he signed. The same hands that had carried pizza boxes for years were now signing ownership of the place itself. On his first day as the restaurant's owner, he stood behind the same counter where Antonio had stood for decades. He felt a strange mix of pride and fear. Pride in what he had achieved, and fear of the responsibility of running a place that meant this much to him. He kept the same recipes, the same staff, and the same warm atmosphere that customers had loved for years. But he also added his own touch, a slightly expanded menu, more flexible hours, and a deeper personal connection with every customer who walked through the door, just as he had learned from Antonio. Today, he successfully runs his own restaurant, employing new pizza delivery drivers who remind him of himself 15 years ago. Sometimes, when he sees a tired young driver returning from a long delivery run in the rain, he smiles and gives them simple advice. Never underestimate any job you do, no matter how simple it seems. You never know where it might lead you.